Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to Cricket Happenings. Well, I'm going to start off this cricket show by saying that Ireland, even though they lost the match to Pakistan today by 5 wickets, their maiden test in their history, definitely will remember their first test match in history for quite a long time. Not only it's about the Kevin O'Brien's century that happened. Yes, it was quite a different thing that he was out very early today, the very first ball that he faced of the morning, which was very sad. But in the end, it was a very small chase for Pakistan of 160. But one has to really credit this Irish bowling lineup, which came up with some real determination to bowl, and they reduced the Pakistanis to 15 for 3. And then Imam ul Haq on his debut getting his maiden 50, and along he got the support from Babar Azam, and both rescued Pakistan and took them to victory. So definitely Ireland will be very proud of it, not only because, as I said, the century, and also because of the way they fought back. Even though they were following on, they put up a good score on the board and then put the Pakistan under the pump at 15 for 3, and they were chasing only 160 runs. So that really says a lot about Irish cricket, and it also says why Ireland were given test status. Well, so definitely Ireland, it was a great pleasure to see Ireland actually play in their maiden test in history, and they definitely have done everyone proud, in the sense they have definitely done ICC proud. They also definitely done Ireland proud, their supporters proud, and I think they can be very happy. Even though they lost, they did not even think about that they lost their maiden test match, but they could only think about the positives that came out of this particular test match, this maiden test in history for Ireland. So, so that is as far as that is concerned, and then the next thing that we look at is the IPL. Today the 49th match was being played between Kolkata Knight Riders and Rajasthan Royals. It was a very sort of a very low scoring affair. Rajasthan Royals were bowled out for 142. It was Kuldeep Yadav handiwork, where he picked up 4 wickets for 20 runs with some splendid bowling, and Kolkata Knight Riders won the match by 6 wickets against Rajasthan Royals to really definitely increase their chances of going into the playoffs. And the other thing that we'll be looking at cricket show is, as you know, Pakistan now would be going to England in next week. They would be playing their first test match. It's a 2-test series, as you know, and they will be playing their first test match against England. And England have named the squad, which sees Josh Butler coming back into the team, which is good to see based on his current brilliant performances in the IPL. The selectors have decided, and Ed Smith is on his first stint as the national selector for England, and he has selected Josh Butler into the team. And also there is a sort of a rookie into the England squad as far as spin is concerned, and his name is Dom Bess. He's a spinner from Somerset. But one was really surprised looking at the opposition that England are going to play, which is Pakistan. They have opted for a rookie spinner like Dom Bess from Somerset. Well, other than that, and also, so these are the things we are going to look at. So everything will be done as a brief summary. But definitely I'm going to start off with the historic first test match that happened between Ireland and Pakistan, and let's see what really happened. So Ireland resumed on their overnight score. As I said, Kevin O'Brien was the key. There's no doubt about it. But the most shocking thing in the second innings, as far as the final day was concerned, was that Kevin O'Brien was dismissed very quickly in the morning itself, when the score reached 321. Kevin O'Brien was facing his very first ball of the morning, and he was a victim to the bowling of Mohammad Abbas, as he edged Mohammad Abbas to Haris Sohail for 118 with 12 boundaries. After that, we saw the wicket of Rankin, who was castled by Mohammad Abbas for 6 with 1 boundary. Murtagh was not out on fine. Kane, who had done all the hard work yesterday to give tremendous support to Kevin O'Brien, also perished, but not before making a sort of a real snail pace like innings of 14, which consumed 96 balls. But that was really, it was all about staying at the crease, and he was also clean bowled by Mohammad Abbas. Thus they were bowled out for 339 and setting Pakistan 160 runs for victory. And Mohammad Abbas came up with his second 5-wicket haul in 6 tests that he has played in his career. And one is really impressed with the way Mohammad Abbas bowled. Predominantly his top ball is the in-swinger, which has fetched him a lot of wickets. 28.3 overs, 10 made in 66 runs and 5 wickets. 29.2 overs, 9 made in 63 runs and 3 wickets for Mohammad Amir. Rahat Ali was wicketless, 23.375 none. 5 Mashrab 18.351 none. And Shadab Khan 30.4 763 and 1 wicket. Now Pakistan were given a target of 160 runs to win the match, and it was only a matter of just applying themselves. So Azhar Ali and Imam ul Haq walked into open, and Murtagh in the very first over forced Azhar Ali to edge a ball into the waiting hands of Paul Sterling, and he was a goner for 2. So that was wicket number 1. So that made it 2 for 1, as Imam ul Haq was there at the other end, and Haris Sohail joined him. Haris Sohail received a sort of a brute of delivery from the tall, gangling bowler Boyd Rankin, which actually rose to him, and Haris Sohail, the result was he fended at it, and Joyce took an easy catch. He was gone for 7, and there was a lot of excitement generated now by Ireland by getting 2 wickets for 13 runs. And after that, in the next over, Murtagh actually went on to disturb the timber of Asad Shafiq with a beautiful delivery, which Asad Shafiq was absolutely beaten for pace, no doubt about it, as it went and hit the stumps of Asad Shafiq's defensive prod. He was gone for 1, and the Pakistanis were in dire straits at 14 for 3 with only Imam ul Haq. And from then on, even though Imam ul Haq and Babar Azam survived some tough moments against the Irish bowlers Murtagh, Rankin and Thompson, they steadied the ship slowly but steadily, and that really paved the way for the victory. I mean, from 14 for 3, it was really tough with Rankin and Murtagh and Thompson and Kane bowling in the good areas. Imam ul Haq, what one saw was that he displayed a very good match temperament in his innings, and was not afraid to play his strokes as well, and he was looking very good, Imam ul Haq. He really gets behind the line of the ball in a wonderful manner, has a good eye coordination also, one could say. Babar Azam, we know that he has been a prolific scorer in ODIs, but in test matches he hasn't. But today he definitely gave solid support to Imam ul Haq, as he scored 59 with 8 scores. But the good thing that they did is from 14 for 3, this partnership really helped matters for Pakistan and settled their nerves, as there was a 126 run partnership that happened between Imam ul Haq and Babar Azam. And then Babar Azam was the one to go when this partnership was broken, and he was run out by Balbini Thompson combination, out for 59 with 8 boundaries. And then the captain walked in, but the captain disappointed, as he was LPW bowled Thompson for 8. But Imam ul Haq had reached his maiden 50 in test. It was on his debut. He got to a maiden 50, and Imam ul Haq knew that he was the one who has to stay at the center to nurture Pakistan to victory, and that's what precisely happened. Imam ul Haq remained not out on 74 with 8 boundaries. Shadab Khan was not out on 4, and Pakistan had won the historic test match, which was played at Malahide in Dublin. Ireland's maiden test. In fact, Pakistan registered a victory, and they won the test by 5 wickets. The bowling, Martag was superb. 16 overs, 3 minutes, 2 for 55. Got the ball to bounce, got the ball to move in and away. Rankin was using his height to good advantage. 12 overs, 1 minute, 1 for 57. Thompson, 11 overs, 4 minutes, 1 for 31, I thought was a wonderful sort of, I would say, a revelation Stuart Thompson, as he not only took wickets, he also batted well, as you know. And Tyrone Kane, 6 overs, 1 minute, 1 for 17, was the luckless bowler in this particular test match. And Kevin O'Brien was duly given the man of the match award, and that was the right decision. Now, so this is as far as, so Ireland, as I said, can be very, very proud of this effort, as what to then, and the way they stretched Pakistan to even get a small score of 160. So Ireland, that's the way to go, and it was something. Kevin O'Brien's innings will be etched in the memory of the Irish supporters, Irish fans, friends, whoever it is, as far as Irish are concerned, because Kevin O'Brien has joined that elite club, as I said, being the 4th player in the annals of Test history to have scored a century in the very first Test match of the country itself. And well, I can only say that Ireland, this has been a very good effort, and it's now to really challenge all other opposition as well. So which is good to see, and ICC should be lauded for awarding the test status to Ireland, and right now it comes to fruition here. Even though Ireland lost it, as I said, it has come to a fruition in this one-off match. So Pakistan now head to England, as we all know. I will come back to that later, but now we will get into the IPL, the Indian Premier League 2018, where Rajasthan Royals were facing Kolkata Knight Riders. Kolkata Knight Riders won the toss and elected to field. So Rajasthan Royals batting, I have to say, as far as Rajasthan Royals was concerned, they started off in a real blaze. They actually changed the batting combination, the opening combination. They had R. Tripathi, the big hitter, opening with Josh Butler, and they rattled 59 runs in 4.5 overs. 63 runs for the partnership in 4.5 overs, and they were going at such at breakneck speed because Tripathi and Butler hit 46 of their partnership only in boundaries and sixes. In fact, there was a time when 10 consecutive balls was hit for 4s and 6s by Tripathi and Butler, and it was a real treat to watch. And the Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers were really wilting under the pressure. Shivam Mevi was hit with absolute disdain. Prasidh Krishna was hammered, and Sunil Narine just bowled 1 over where he got a real tap from the batsman Tripathi and Butler. And then, but finally, the stand was broken after 63 runs were raised by this pair in the power play overs. The stand was finally broken when the first wicket to go was Tripathi. Tripathi was a victim of Russell for 27 of 15 balls, which contained 4 4s and 1 6. Butler, and after that, once this partnership was broken, the problems definitely started for the Rajasthan Royals, as Butler, Kuldeep Yadav was introduced into the mix, and Kuldeep Yadav, who has not been really been bowling to the expectations in this IPL, today picked up his best IPL figures of 4 for 20, and he was the man who really not only stemmed the flow of runs but also kept on picking wickets, and that really made Rajasthan Royals innings really dawdle from a start of 63 for an additional 83 runs. They lost all the entire 10 wickets for 83 runs, and that was not a good exhibition of batting from Rajasthan Royals. Butler made 39 of 22 balls, 5 4s and 2 6s. Rahane Ramane made 11 of 12 balls with 1 4. Sanju Samson 12 of 10 balls with 2 4. Stokes 11 of 13 balls. Stuart Binney 1. Gautam 3 was a victim of Shivam Mevi. Vinatkat at the end hit out to make 26 of 18, 3 4s, 1 6. Sodhi 1. Jofra Archer 6. And Anrit Singh not out 3. 142 all out. As I said, not a good exhibition of batting from the Rajasthan Royals batsmen, especially considering that they were given a sort of a blazing start by Tripathi and Butler, the openers. They could not capitalize, and they found the bowling of Kuldeep Yadav very hard to handle, as he picked up 4 overs, no maiden, 4 for 20. Russell 3 overs, 2 for 13, chipped in. Sunil Narine 4 overs, 1 for 29. Prasidh Krishna 4 overs, 2 for 35. But Shiva Mevi was the most costliest, as his 4 overs went at 11 runs per over, 44 runs and 1 wicket besides his name. Now Kolkata Knight Riders were given a target of 143. Sunil Narine, Gautam bowled the first over, which was hammered by Sunil Narine. Sunil Narine in the first over itself rattled 21 runs of the bowling of the spinner Gautam, as the very first delivery that he had, he hammered it into the over the mid wicket for a 6. The very first delivery of the Kolkata Knight Riders innings, so Sunil Narine was the one who was taking the first ball, and he put it over the mid wicket. And after that, he kept on hitting 4s and 6s through extra cover and other areas. And he made a quick fire 21 of just 7 deliveries, 2 4s and 2 6s, and he was a victim of the bowling of Stokes. And after that, Robin Uthappa, Stokes was the one who was doing a good job. He was picking up the wickets, and he picked up a most important wicket of Robin Uthappa as well. First he picked up Sunil Narine's wicket, and then he picked up the wicket of Robin Uthappa as well for 4, thus leaving Chris Lynn, who was at the crease along with Nitesh Rana. But Kolkata Knight Riders definitely had no problems. Nitesh Rana was LBW bowled Sodhi for 21 of 17, 2 4s, 1 6. Lynn contributed 45, 42, 5 4s, 1 6. But Dinesh Karthik made sure, the captain of the Kolkata Knight Riders, that he won't be leaving anything to chance, as he made a hard hit 41 of 31 balls, 5 4s and 1 6 to bring the victory. Russell was not out, 11 of 5 balls, 2 4s, and it was a 6-wicket victory for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Now coming to the bowling, Gautam had 2 overs for 32. Stokes was as I said, was the pick of the bowlers. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 15 runs and 3 wickets. None for 43 for Jofra Archer was very costly, and that was something which was unusual. 4 overs being carved for 43. He saw the 1 for 21, did a good job. Vinatkat 3 overs, 1 for 23. Anrit Singh bowled 1 over for 10, and Kuldeep Yadav was named man of the match. Now very quickly, we are heading towards the team which has been selected by England for the first test against Pakistan. Just talking about the squad there, Josh Butler has returned to the squad. So Josh Butler, who has not had played a lot of red ball cricket, finally comes to the England team, and this is based on his brilliant consistent performances in Indian Premier League 2018. I'm sure about that. And the other new bloke who has come into the England team is Dom Bess. Now Dom Bess is a spinner from Somerset, but one thing what one could not understand is that I'm sure there are a lot of other spinners in England, but Tom Bess, as I said, was it a good experiment to actually experiment a bowler like Dom Bess, who is going to be playing against Pakistan, and Pakistan are good players of spin, no doubt about it. So looking at the squad here, Joe Root will captain the squad. Jimmy Anderson, Johnny Barrister is there. Dom Bess is the new cap in the team. He's an absolute rookie. Stuart Broad, Josh Butler, Alistair Cook, David Mallon, Ben Stokes, Mark Stoneman, Chris Wokes and Mark Wood. The 13-member squad, and also Let me tell you that James Vince was left out. So James Vince, who has not been scoring at any consistent rate, finally lost his place in the team. Because James Vince is someone who is a very attractive player to watch, but the problem happens to be that he's lacking consistency. He plays a lot of strokes, but sometimes he succumbs to some lazy strokes that he plays at times, one reckons. Well, dear fans, subscribers, I don't have much time to dwell on anything. It's about time for me to bid you all a very good night on this cricket show.